Last episode, a parliament asked for a referendum, a court said no, and the vote never happened. This time, a parliament asked for a referendum, a court said no. And on October 1st, 2017, millions of Catalans lined up to vote anyway. Spanish police seized ballot boxes by force. Catalan health authorities counted hundreds of injuries by the end of the day. Catalonia is an autonomous community of Spain, with its own language, parliament, and government, the Generalitat. On October 1, 2017, it held an independence referendum that Spain's constitutional court had already suspended as illegal. On October 27th, the Catalan Parliament voted 70-2 to declare independence. Spain's Senate approved direct rule the same day. No country recognized the declaration. 7 years later, in 2024, the Spanish Parliament passed an amnesty law erasing the criminal charges against those involved. And in 2025 and 2026, Spain's own constitutional court and the European Union's top court both upheld it as valid. 1979, Catalonia's first modern statute of autonomy. 2006, Catalan voters approve an expanded statute granting more self-government. 2010, Spain's constitutional court strikes down key parts of that statute, widely cited as the spark that revived the independence movement. 2012 onward, mass annual pro-independence rallies on Catalonia's National Day. September 2017, the Catalan Parliament passes a referendum law. The Constitutional Court suspends it within days. October 1, 2017, the referendum goes ahead regardless. Police raid polling stations. October 10th, Catalan President Carles Puigdemont signs a declaration of independence, then immediately suspends its effects to seek dialogue. October 27th, the parliament votes to declare independence outright. Madrid invokes Article 155 the same afternoon, dissolving the Catalan government. Puigdemont flees to Belgium. Other leaders are jailed. 2019, Spain's Supreme Court convicts 9 leaders of sedition, sentences of 9 to 13 years. 2021, the Spanish government pardons those still imprisoned. November 2023, a Catalan pro-independence party's votes secure Pedro Sanchez's re-election as prime minister in exchange for an amnesty. May 2024, the amnesty law passes 177 to 172. 2025-2026, Spain's Constitutional Court and the EU's Court of Justice both uphold it. In his address on October 10, 2017, Puigdemont told Catalonia, "With the results of October 1st, Catalonia has earned the right to be an independent state and has earned the right to be heard and respected. The core claim is el dret a decidir, the right to decide, a demand that predates 2017. The 2010 court ruling against Catalonia's own approved statute is remembered as proof that no amount of working within Spanish institutions would be allowed to succeed." For pro-independence Catalans, the 90% yes vote on referendum day matters regardless of the turnout suppressed by police, and the images of that day, riot police, seized ballot boxes, hundreds hurt, are the reference point the movement has organized around ever since. Spain's government describes its response as enforcing, in its own words, the forced compliance with constitutional and legal obligations and protecting the general interest of the nation. Article 2 of the Spanish Constitution declares the indissoluble unity of the Spanish nation, meaning, in Madrid's framing, that no regional vote can unilaterally authorize secession no matter the outcome. Spain's Constitutional Court did not rule on whether Catalans wanted independence. It ruled that the referendum law itself was void from the start, since Catalonia's parliament has no constitutional authority to hold that kind of vote at all. The prosecutions that followed were framed not as political persecution, but as the ordinary consequence of organizing an act the courts had already told organizers was illegal. Compare the two paths this series has now shown side by side. Scotland's parliament has asked for a legal referendum 4 times since 2012 and been refused 4 times, and nothing else has happened. Catalonia's parliament tried to hold one anyway, and what followed was riot police, prison sentences, and a president in exile for 7 years. But look at how each dispute actually moved. Scotland's stayed frozen exactly where the 2014 vote left it. Catalonia's changed completely, not through a referendum and not through a court, but through an ordinary act of the Spanish Parliament that a small regional party's votes made possible. The same institution both governments insist has the final word. An elected parliament produced Catalonia's punishment in 2017 and then erased it in 2024 without ever once ruling on whether independence itself was right. This series has already asked where history begins, who counts the dead, what history is made of, who decides what a gesture means, and who decides when it's time to ask a settled question again. Catalonia adds one more. When a ballot box and a court disagree about whether a vote counted, which one is history supposed to believe? The people who stood in line to cast it, or the ruling that says they never had the right to? Next time, an empire that insisted until the very end that its African territories were not colonies at all, but provinces of the same nation, and the wars it fought for over a decade to make that fiction hold. Portugal, Angola, and Mozambique.